The Chicago Bulls have now officially made their last roster move, at least prior to the start of the regular season, by officially signing forward EJ Liddell to a two-way contract. This is a guy I've been high on for a couple of years now. We're going to talk about all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans, welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. So just came down about 10 minutes ago, the Chicago Bulls have officially signed EJ Liddell to a two-way contract. This is kind of the last thing left to be done by the Chicago Bulls. And it was the most sensible thing, right? I left out a little bit of a caveat that the Bulls could maybe do something else with the two-way contract. Well, now we know that they're officially signing EJ Liddell to a two-way contract. This guy from Illinois, played in Ohio State. Really have when I believe that was the Dalen draft, if I'm not mistaken. I was really high on EJ Liddell throughout that draft process. His defensive intensity, his versatility on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. And even though he's undersized, EJ Liddell brings a lot of effort, right? And that's what sometimes you just need is just energy guys. Now, this is a two-way contract, so that means that we're probably not going to see a whole lot of EJ Liddell. Typically, since Billy Donovan's been the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, we don't go to our contract guys a lot. This is still a young guy. He turned 23 in December. It still has a lot of upside. Has not really gotten to show a whole lot in his NBA career. So, look at that for what it's worth. But this is a guy who does have he has upside. And you got to really look at that when you look at his collegiate career, right? That's what I'm going to go back to. Over the course of his college career, he averaged 14 points per game on 48% shooting, 34% shooting from three, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.5 blocks, a half a steal per game. But specifically his senior year, his junior year. I think it was a junior that year of college. 19 points per game. He did that on 49% shooting, taking about the same shots he had took the year prior. He just became a more efficient player. He also hit the three ball at 37.5%, 8 rebounds, 2.5 steals, 2.5 blocks, and still half a steal per game. So this is a guy that has upside. And that's what you want with your two-way contracts, right? That doesn't mean that it's going to turn into anything. Doesn't mean he has like some super huge starter upside or anything. But like I've said many times with the Bulls before, where the Bulls are right now, they're trying to get upside guys. And next season, there could be considerably more roster spots open. And with the Bulls possibly extending Josh Giddey and preparing to extend Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu, if you have a guy like Chris Duarte, for example, on the roster right now, you can replace him with EJ Liddell, or you can end up replacing him with, Adama Sanogo on the roster or whatever else for a roster spot next year. And those are guys that you've had now in your system that you're familiar with and you've developed a little bit. So, while I get it, I'm not saying with EJ Liddell, more so with Adama Sanogo, a lot of Bulls fans want to see them on the main roster, but, this could be the Bulls kind of way of just kind of preparing themselves for future things if they need be. And so, EJ Liddell as well, if I can bring up his, let me look at his G League stats, because I think he actually performed pretty well in the G League last season. Give me a second to get that up. So last season, in the G League, EJ Liddell averaged solid production, 17.5 points per game. He played 26 games. He shot the ball 50% from the field, 27% from three, so that three-point shot didn't come for him at the NBA level. 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.9 blocks per game, and still that 0.6 steals per game. So again, EJ Liddell's activity is something that just really can benefit teams, and especially with looking at the Windy City Bulls, which could be a very exciting G League team to watch next season. Good to see EJ Liddell there. So, it is what it is there. Damn, it's messing up the camera again. What the fuck is I No, I don't know if it's because my camera's 6K and Restream is just a piece of shit software. Restream, fix your software, you cheap son of a bitch. How about you sons of bitches? Fix your bullshit ass software. There's no reason that me, of all people, my camera should not be fucking the utmost quality. Like, shit, I got a fucking 6K camera, you fucking sons of bitches. Work too goddamn hard. Too goddamn hard, man. Lama, what up, Haize? What's going on, fam? But not Kenny Lofton Jr. EJ Liddell has a higher upside than Kenny Lofton Jr. Plus, EJ Liddell, you don't have to worry about his work ethic or his conditioning. Sorry, like, you know, it is what it is there. What's up, Haize? You called it. Listen, I mean, I think it's not. Let me not act like I called it like I'm some savant or something. Like, I think it was pretty clear at this point what it was going to be, man. So, what up, Haize? What's good? First of all, TG, I'm never calling you by your name. That first of all, why would you name your use? Why would you choose that? You could choose anything in the world, and you chose the Gooch as your username, my boy. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Okay, I thought it was just blurry for my old ass phone. No, man, Restream be fucking dicking my camera around. I remember me and a bunch of other fans had EJ high on our draft board some years back. I'm not mad at it. Seems like the Bulls eventually get the players people want, except Cam Reddish. Listen, nobody really wanted Cam Reddish. I listen. No, I can tell you right now, nobody in my circle. Keep in mind, my circle includes Pat the designer, Big Dave and Matt. These are people I talk to all the. Nobody wanted Cam Reddish. Nobody. Like, maybe in the draft, maybe, right? But I'm good on Cam Reddish. It's crazy because I remember you wanting the Bulls to get him a couple. Yeah, I was really high on EJ Liddell in the draft. Really high on him in the draft. I felt like the idea of Lofton. I like the idea of Lofton, but I think people severely underrate how out of shape he is compared to other players. That's a fact. It's definitely a fact. I fucks with T. Yeah, listen, you good people. You good in my book. Like, nothing against you. You are good. Your username is mad questionable, my boy. Like, you. I don't know. Why did you type that out? Like, when you were typing, you were like, hey, you know what? You know what name I'm gonna go with? That's the name I'm gonna go with. Like, I'm as a fellow crazy person, I'm a little bit worried about what went on in your mind when you chose that. Like, it's just a little concerning there. Little concerning. He hustles, works for me. Welcome, Liddell. Exactly. Like, and again, keep in mind, two-way contracts are no risk, or low risk, low reward, or potential high reward, right? Like, there's no risk to a two-way contract. You sign EJ Liddell. If he's trash, you can cut him and sign a new player as a two-way contract at any point in time. Like, there's no risk to it. I don't know why people get so up in arms about a two-way contract. Chill out, touch grass, go get some coochie, my boy. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Didn't you want EJ over Dalen? I did. I really thought. Well, no, I won't. I didn't even scout Dalen. So that's what it is. I didn't even scout Dalen Terry. I scouted that draft. I scouted 28 prospects, right? This past draft, I scouted 37 prospects. But in that draft, I scouted 28 prospects. And Dalen Terry didn't even cross in my spectrum, not even a little bit. So I can't say that I wanted him over Dalen Terry because I didn't really scout Dalen Terry, but I scouted EJ Liddell. And yeah, I really wanted the Bulls to sign EJ Liddell or to draft EJ Liddell. Would you trade Zach with the Lakers if it included Connect? And well, it's not going to. So yes, yes. If you trade with the Lakers and you get Connect, yes, but they'd be stupid. They're not going to do it. No, because THT. So this is a two-way. We have an actual roster spot. That's where THT is going to be. He's going to slot into the actual roster spot. I actually wouldn't be surprised if while I'm on this stream, we may get it announced that THT signed an actual deal as well. We may get that announced while I'm on this stream. If not, it's probably going to be coming today or maybe shortly after the game today as well. So that's probably going to be announced soon. Different strokes, my G. He was the bully. Who was the bully? What? Somebody bullied your gooch? That's concerning. Somebody bullied your gooch? That's wild, bro. That's what. Did you go to a Diddy party? Did you? And listen, I need everybody to look at how this hat and this sweater perfectly match. I just need everybody to the details, right? You got to coordinate. It's in the details, my fam. It's in the detail. You got to have the details. If you go and try to be on my level with the drip, make sure the details, right? Look at that. And keep in mind, This hat, I had 3 years before this hoodie was even, this sweater was even created. The details, you got to coordinate. You got to coordinate. Just remember that. Remember that. What do you think? EJ Sanogo lineup. Listen, the Bulls are about to play bully ball in the Windy City Bulls. Keep in mind, you got DJ Stewart, who's a physical point guard. You got Javon Freeman Liberty. You got EJ Liddell. You got Adama Sanogo. And I would not be surprised at all either. I just would not be surprised if maybe even Kenny Lofton Jr. still ends up on the Windy City Bulls if another team doesn't give him a two-way contract. Listen, the Bulls about to play bully ball, man. I'm ashamed to say I personally was on the Cam Reddish wave up until he got traded from the Hawks. I thought bro was going to be better than Kobe since the draft, but after the Hawks stint, listen, and I can understand that. Like, that's why I said in the draft, yeah, Cam Reddish was somebody that I was high on in that draft. Of course, I wasn't doing as much detailed analysis as like what I do now. But yeah, I can admit that then. Like, I won't do the front runner thing people try to do. Like, oh, I never liked Cam Reddish. No, in the draft, I absolutely like Cam Reddish. But about 2 years after that, I was like, okay. Yep. Nope. Don't want him here. But I've been right more times than wrong on these prospects. Same. Who will be the more consistent player? Come on, is that a question? Nigga, what? Who from California is calling me? What? Come on, bro. Come on. I do indeed got that shit on. Like, that's just it. Like, I do indeed. I'm going to use my son's phrase. Xavier's not in here, but I do indeed got that shit on. Like, it's just, isn't that how the saying? See, I fully embrace my unk status. If you guys have not, nobody can age shame me when people be like, you're almost 40. Absolutely. I hope you live long enough to get here. I'm living my life right now. Right? You feel me? My kids is taken care of. I got a son in college doing amazing things. We doing great things here. Like my daughter's on the goddamn president's honor roll. My son's killing it right now. Like my younger son, like my older daughters, like everything that I touch is going gold right now. That's what we doing, man. So yeah, absolutely. Unk status on 10. It is what it is. I do indeed got that shit on. That's what it is. Do you think Jalen and Dalen would spend time in the G League? I don't think so. Like, keep in mind, Julian Phillips played, I think, like 8 games in the G League before they realized very quickly, nope, let's get you up to the NBA level. So I don't think they're going to demote him. And Dalen Terry at this point, I don't even think that he's still on a rookie deal, so I think they could technically assign him to the G League, but I highly doubt that. Would have been better to keep Lofton. No, it wouldn't. I'm sorry. EJ Liddell's upside is considerably better. Keep in mind, EJ Liddell can shoot the 3. EJ Liddell can shoot in the mid-range. EJ Liddell is a more versatile defender than Kenny Lofton Jr. There's nothing that Kenny Lofton Jr. has that's an upside over EJ Liddell. He's a better rebounder, but that's also because he plays primarily just in the paint. So, C. Reddish was real for a good while. That's funny. I'm just glad YouTube TV is showing the Bulls games now. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. As Lonzo already said after the last game he was playing today. So, and has been no reports of setbacks or anything like that. So I think it's pretty safe to say Lonzo will be playing today. And I hope the Bulls play their actual rotation a decent amount today as well. So shout out to EJ Liddell for getting that 2-way. Trying to see if anything came out. Yeah. I would expect THT's contract, that what I would guess, and this is just an educated guess, this isn't any inside information. I usually tell y'all if I heard some things from the little bit of sources that I do have. So this isn't that, but I would not be surprised if the Bulls and THT are working on a contract and the Bulls are trying to get it at least partially guaranteed. And I think the reason they may be trying to do that is in case they need to create an open roster spot for a trade later or something like that. Don't be surprised if when THT's actual contract is announced, it's a partial guarantee. If they can get him in. And THT as a veteran and his agency may be trying to push for a fully guaranteed contract for the remainder of the year. So it may have a fully guaranteed date where it's like after, like, they may do it to where after the trade deadline, it becomes fully guaranteed. That way, if they need to up until the trade deadline, if they need to cut it, they can. I'm sure the Bulls are trying to work that aspect out of it as well. Go crazy. Sometimes you just want to sometimes you just got to let people know. Bro, honestly, if the bench is Io Smith, Zoe, what the fuck, the last consistent who getting it's gonna come. Listen, they're gonna have to compete. And keep in mind, Zoe is not he's gonna ebb and flow, right? So they're gonna be sometimes where Zoe's just not there because it's either a back-to-back or they may have some scheduled rest for Zoe as well. So it's gonna be fluid. It's gonna be fluid. Much like Shay's sexuality is gonna be fluid. I hope Modest gets some minutes today. I hope so too as well. I hope some too as well. Craig Phillips, Dalen Modest is so many wings to play. Someone isn't playing for show. Well, most of those guys are actually going to play a lot of power forward, right? So Craig's going to play a lot of power forward on this roster. He can play the three, but our wings are pretty much taken care of. Like at the 2, Kobe. At the 3, Zach. Io can play some at the 3, the 1, 2, and the 3. Modest is going to play some 3, 4. And I mean, I like it though because we have having players that can play multiple positions means that you can create a lot of different looks, right? And I think that's what we're going to do. I already read that. I feel like Smith should be the backup power forward and center. He's a Taj Gibson with the 3. No, he's not. The only reason you're saying that is height. Okay, let me ask you this. First of all, you said backup. What backup in the NBA only plays one position? Will he play some power forward minutes? Probably. Just like we saw rarely Vooch and Andre Drummond out there, but he's primarily our backup center. He's the only other backup center that we have. I hope P. Will can have another good game tonight. We need consistency from him. I mean, we do need very, very big consistency from him. Do you think Billy D is behind this roster of guards? It's not like people overstate. Let's go through the Bulls roster because people like to be dramatic, right? The Bulls do have a little bit more guards than the normal team, right? But let's not act like we're all guards. Let's just not do that. What's Modest Bucilis? A forward, right? What's Torrey Craig? A forward. What's Julian Phillips? A forward. What's Jalen Smith? A forward/center combo, right? It's not all guards, right? We can't say that we want to go to positionless basketball and then complain when we have players that can all play multiple positions. We have what? Josh Giddey, Kobe, Zach LaVine, Lonzo, Io DeSumo, Javon Carter. He's not going to play. Chris Duarte is another guard/forward, right? So that's 7 guards, 5 4 forwards. It's okay. We're okay. Who the hell is calling me from California? That's crazy. Man, I love seeing Zoe out there. Missed that fool. Yeah, I mean, it was great to see. Definitely great to see. The one thing we didn't get to see is him doing the bounce on the one-leg guitar celebration. We need that again. On night Zoe's resting. I hope Io is at point and Dalen with the age and catfish banned from the UC. That is hilarious. I feel like I haven't seen Jalen Smith hit a 3 yet, and that's low-key worrisome. Bro, about to have Vooch from 3 season. Hold on. Let me go look because you may be right. I don't know off the top of my head. He did take a lot of threes, at least in that first game. Hold on, let's take a look. He's 0 for 7 from 3-point range over the preseason. But see, that's why he doesn't the thing that Billy Donovan does that I don't like, right? Is that Billy Donovan will take a big that's a decent 3-point shooter and try to turn them into a 3-point shooter. That's not what that Vooch was never that. Vooch had 1 season of being a volume quality 3-point shooter. You don't want to do that. The whole point of having a big that can stretch the floor is that it's a compliment to what they can do. You don't want to make them a 3-point shooter. And I just hate that Billy Donovan does that so much. I hate that he does that. I really hate that he does that. At this point, too many players I want to see play. I mean, that's a good problem to have, though, right? It's better than the years where we had guys that were the 7th and 8th guys in the rotation. We're like, I don't really want to see this motherfucker play. I really don't want to see this motherfucker play basketball. So it's a good place to be in where you have more people that you want to see play and that you have to worry about how they're going to get minutes, right? Where did you get? I think I got this from, this is a Pro Standard sweater. So I got this from Pro Standard. To celebrate D-Rose retirement, how many former teammates do you? Oh, all of them. We're going to see Ronnie Brewer. We're going to maybe even see Rip Hamilton. Have we seen where has Rip Hamilton showed up to anything in life? But all the core. Luau's going to show. Kirk's going to show probably. Definitely Joakim Noah. Taj is probably going to be there. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot there. I don't know EJ's history, but I was disappointed in his preseason performance. I didn't see any strengths to stand out. We didn't really play a lot of minutes in preseason. And keep in mind, you're not signing him to like this is a development signing. You're probably not going to see him in very many games unless we get ravaged by injuries. If you start seeing EJ Liddell out there in a regular season game, things have gone left. Either that or things have gone incredibly right. So well, he's just kilted in the G League. But this is an upside pick. This is a development pick, a signing. That's what this is. This isn't meant to be something that you look at and you're like, oh, bet we're off to the races. He's played in one preseason game. And honestly, he did decent in that preseason game in everything but shooting. He got 22 minutes. He went 1 of 4 from the field. All of those were 3-pointers. He got 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 steal. Only 1 turnover. I mean, that's solid production for a player that isn't featured at all. I don't know why he only shot 3-pointers. So TC getting announced today or I would probably think that it's going to happen today, or I don't know if it waits till Monday. I don't know. We'll see. At least we don't have to watch Felicio and Marco anymore. We never got to watch Marco because Billy Donovan didn't know who he was. Before the preseason, I was low-key worried about this season, but now I have gained more confidence in the squad to do better than I thought. I think a lot of people would agree with that, to be honest with you. This team reminds me of the Rockets from last season, but more offense than defense. Deep team with young players. They are young with a couple of vets, and they run. I mean, if you're talking about stylistically, maybe talent, we'll see. Right on. Thanks for the perspective. Hey, sounds better than I realized. Yeah, it's just, you're right to be concerned about the shooting. Like, make no mistake about it. But yeah, we'll see. In Orlando, Vooch played inside out and was the first option. Trying to turn him into Klay Thompson was idiot. Exactly. Like, it was crazy to do that. Crazy. Fit cold days. Rumors Zach going to Sacramento. Can't wait till he's gone. Y'all got to get off. Like, it may not happen. Will you give updates? Yes. So, Reginald, if you don't know, during the season, I do weekly episodes on the Windy City Bulls. So I don't do it after every game like I do the Chicago Bulls. So on Sundays, you typically get 2 drops from me. You get a mailbag episode in the morning, and then sometimes around that evening or night, I'll drop the Windy City Bulls episode in which I'll talk about what went down in the Windy City Bulls. I'll go over everything for that week, the standouts for that week, talk about the games and stuff like that. So do you think we will see our real bench tonight? I don't know. I would hope so. But again, it's Billy Donovan. I've learned to never assume anything with Billy Bubblegum Donovan. It's just how it is. I need that hat too. Listen. I'm just saying. I got another black hat. It's upstairs. It may be upstairs. That I haven't wore yet. That's fire. I'm just waiting to unleash it. Which player is your favorite right now? Oh, Kobe White by far. What do you expect from Stewart and Primo with Windy City Bulls? I mean, I don't. Primo's still rehabbing an injury, so I really don't have any expectations there. I don't know if I really have expectations when it comes to G League. I just watching to see how these players are going to develop. That's it. How good is EJ though? EJ has a lot of potential. That's what it is right now. This is a signing because of the potential that EJ has, and EJ has tons of potential, tons of it. My boy be Bulls down. Listen, come on now. There's 2 things you're gonna get from me every single time. You're gonna get fire content, and you're gonna see the best Bulls drip in the world. This is what it is. It's not even a question. But all right, y'all. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Wanted to give you guys this quick update, man. Ended up being a 25-minute video. So was it that quick? I don't know. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can see, oh, we got a question from Quentin. Do you see as Kobe's next big thing he needs to learn if he wants to become a superstar player? No, I mean, at the end of the day, your performance determines if, like, you got to become a star before super. There's like 8 superstars in the league. I doubt he's going to be a superstar, but I think for Kobe, it's just like, get to the free throw line and be more efficient and be more consistent. Those are the things I'm looking for from Kobe. That's it. And world-class pettiness, that's definite. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red. I'll see you guys at game time. Make sure you stay locked in with us, man. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red. Peace, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. And if I can find the outro, we out this bitch.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.